I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I enjoyed my holiday. Today I thought I would come to you with a holiday book haul. So this includes one book that was gifted to me for Christmas and a multitude of books that I purchased for myself. They were just a lot of gifts for me. So I'm gonna start with the book that I was gifted for Christmas, the singular book. So the book that I was gifted is the 8th book in the Devil is a Part-Timer series, and my boyfriend gave this to me because we watched the anime together, and I just really enjoy the light novels. So this is a light novel. It's basically just like kind of like a chapter book. There's some pictures in there, there's a poster that pulls out, and yeah. So basically what this series is about is Satan comes from his world of Ente Isla and comes to our world and ends up in Japan, and he's just trying to make it in life as a part-timer at McDonald's. And yeah, it's basically my life. The struggles are very real in this story, and it's really so funny. Like, obviously other stuff happens too, but it is just such a funny series, and I just thoroughly enjoy it. So after I got that for Christmas, I bought a bunch of books on Boxing Day. So Boxing Day is the Canadian version of Black Friday, even though we now have Black Friday as well. Our main thing is Boxing Day. So I actually had to work 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Boxing Day, and I thought, you know what, I'm already here, let's do some shopping. So just like disclaimer, I do get a discount off of these books, and there were like some really good sales happening, so that's why I got so many. But yeah, just a warning. So this is the bag. It doesn't even fit in frame. This is the massive bag that I got on Boxing Day. So let's dive into it, shall we? So the first book that I got is The Labyrinth of Drakes by Marie Brennan. If you guys watched my top 10 bottom 7 of 2017, you will have heard of Marie Brennan and her memoir of Lady Trent. This is the 4th book in the series, and yeah, so this is, I guess, they go to like a maze kind of thing. I don't really read the synopsis of this, but because I already know I really enjoy the series, so I'm just trying to like follow it along. But yeah, basically she goes into this maze, I guess, and all that stuff. It's just like really fun, kind of like alternative universe historical sci-fi. Not historical sci-fi, historical fiction. So basically it's this feminist scientist living in the world and making it and getting famous. The next book I got is The Tiger's Daughter by K. Arsenault Rivera. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It sounds really, really cool, and it looks super cool. I love the cover art on this book. It is so beautiful, and it just sounds really, really cool. It sounds kind of like it's inspired by Eastern legends and culture, so like China, Japan, all of those kind of traditions, just with like the names and everything, and like border walls, so kind of like a Great Wall of China, I suppose. Obviously it's not exactly the same, but it just sounds like it pulls a lot from those cultures, and I'm really excited to get into it, and it just sounds so amazing. Yeah. The next book I got is the sequel in the Legends of the First Empire, and that is Age of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. And again, if you watched my top 10 bottom 7 video, then you will have heard of Age of Myth, which is the first book in the series. So I was really excited to get this one because I want to know what happens next, and it was just such a cool world, very interesting, very different from a lot of fantasy that I've read before. So I'm really excited to delve into this world again and find out what happens. So this next book is a book that I probably should have gotten as soon as it came out because I'm crazy, and that is Beren and Luthien by J.R.R. Tolkien. and edited by Christopher Tolkien. I'm a massive Tolkien fan. I am obsessed. He is the reason that I took Old English and Middle English in university. For those of you who don't know, Old English is basically Anglo-Saxon, but Tolkien actually renamed it Old English so that university students wouldn't get scared, because this was during the whole World War II, and anything that was Anglo-Saxon was kind of scary. There you go, you learn something new every day. But anyway, I am just obsessed with Tolkien, and I don't know why I haven't picked this book up sooner, but I am so excited to get into this. I have so many Tolkien books I need to read, and I think I'm just gonna have to read them all this year. The next book is something that I have heard a lot of good things about, and I'm trying to get more into adult fantasy, as you can see from my other books that I have purchased. So I'm trying to kind of delve into that a little bit more. And this is a book that has been highly recommended as something to read if you want to get into adult fantasy. And that is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. So I have heard that this is a little bit slow going, but I've also heard that it's amazing and it picks up and it's worth it. So I'm really excited to get into this and find out what happens. The next book is The Book of Dust, Volume 1, La Belle Sauvage, by Philip Pullman. And this is basically a, I guess a companion series to his Dark Materials. But basically, yeah, I don't even know what this book is about. I just picked it up because I really loved his Dark Materials. I have my copy here, and I really want to know what happens next. So that would have been all that I had bought, but then we ended up going to the movies that night, and we went to just a little burger joint, and there was a Chapters right there, and we were like, hey, let's kill some time before the movie and go to Chapters. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna check out the bargain section, because the bargain section at that store is different from the bargain section at my store. So I was like, let's go see what is there. And I ended up getting 2 books. So the first book is technically a sequel, so I want to get the first book, but I was really interested in the way this book sounded, and that is Spindle by E.K. Johnston, and this is the sequel to A Thousand Nights, or companion to A Thousand Nights. I'm not really sure. It sounds like it's kind of like a companion, but it mentions a lot of stuff from the first one, so I don't know. I want to read the first book before I read this one, but I just thought, such a good deal, I want to purchase you, and you sound amazing, so yeah, it sounds really cool. And the next book is something a little bit different. It is basically an anthology of new fairy tales and kind of fairy tale retellings, and that is The Starlit Wood. And so this is an anthology, and the authors, well, some of the authors are Seanan McGuire, Jeffrey Ford, Naomi Novik, Aliette de Bodard, Marjorie Liu, Garth Nix, Catherine M. Valent, and more. So yeah, as you can see, another great price. And it just sounds really, really amazing, and a lot of these authors I've already read, so like Naomi Novik, the Temeraire series, Garth Nix, lots of good authors in there, so I'm hoping I'm gonna like this. It's kind of different. There's apparently a spaceship fantasy fairy tale thing, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm interested in reading it. It sounds like it's going to be really, really cool. That is all that I got this holiday. I am not planning on doing any more book hauls for a long time because I just can't really afford it. I'm putting myself on a book buying ban, and I want to read everything that I own first before I do go anywhere near the cash register at a bookstore. So yeah, hopefully I can stick to that because I need to pay for school and hopefully move out soon. So there are things that are more important than books, unfortunately. Then they call out to me. So yeah, this will probably be the last book haul for a while, but I just wanted to show you guys everything that I had purchased this holiday season. So with that, I will see you guys later. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know what's happening with my voice. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!